What's up, you guys? This lighting is legit. Not really. I am in my Jeep in the driveway because sometimes it's where I do my best thinking. I just wanted to hop on really quickly and say a couple of things. So obviously, like life happens, right? We've all had these things and just different things that go on in our lives that we don't always have control over. And it's just something that I really wanted to make a note of because for a couple of reasons, no matter how much I am open and honest about my life here publicly with you guys, it seems like for some reason there still are people who are always like, your life is perfect. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that I share with you like the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I don't really know where you come up with that whole my life is perfect thing. But it's not, obviously. Nobody's life is perfect, and I refuse to only show you the highlight reel because I just don't want to do that. Hey, Emily. So basically, though, what I wanted to explain to you guys is shit happens to everybody, right? Like, life happens. Not everything goes as planned. Things go on that you don't have control over, and it's in those moments in particular that you have to remember that you focus on what you can control. And that's what I do every day anyways. And in those moments where like anxiety pops up or something happens that would typically throw me for a loop or make me unhappy, like I just bring myself back to center and bring myself back to the present moment and remind myself, like, focus on what you can control, because it really is all you can do, right? Like for example, my mom, it's all over my family's internet, so I can go ahead and talk about this. So my mom's in the hospital. She was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance for the second time in like 3 weeks. Of course, she keeps doing it when I'm out of town, which is silly. But she's in the hospital, and we don't have a ton of information about what's been going on with her heart, but it's serious. And like, so obviously, like, I'm out of town, which I'm usually right down the street from my parents always. So that was in itself a little, stressful and different for me. But in those moments, instead of being a panicky mess and freaking the fuck out, instead I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to control what I can control. I can be there for my parents. I can call as much as I need to. I can, do all the things that need to be done, but I'm still going to be present and take care of me and focus on what I can control. When I say that to people, it's easier said than done. And that's what I want people to understand is like, life is going to happen no matter what the situation. Sometimes it's a car accident. Sometimes it's a flat tire. Sometimes somebody gets sick. Sometimes you get sick. Sometimes, something happens financially. Like, you never know what's going to happen. But in those moments, what you have to remember is you can't always control all of the circumstances. And so in those moments, instead of obsessing and stressing yourself out and causing anxiety over things that you can't control, the idea, what you need to do is bring yourself back to that present moment and be able to focus on what you can control. And so thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. So the other thing there is like, what I need you to understand, how does this happen? When I say that to people, they're like, yeah, okay, easier said than done. I'm like, I understand that it is easier said than done, but like, that's why we do the work every day. That's why I talk so much about mindset work and focusing in on paying attention to what you're thinking, how you're feeling, clearing your mind on a daily basis with journaling and meditation and those types of things. Like, when shit hits the fan or something unexpected happens that could eventually throw you for a loop or put you in a bad mood, or, like in my particular situation, like my mom, we don't really have a lot of answers for what's going on, and that's stressful. But like, I can't let that make me sick and make me worse. And like, that's what most people do, is then they stress out and they run themselves down. And in those types of situations, like, you are not there for other people if you're not taking care of yourself first. So when I say you focus on what you can control, you focus on what you can control. Dude, I'm trying to have a conversation about something real. Like, get out of here. And we block. Anyway, that got distracted me. I'm sorry. When you focus on what you can control, but the way that you do that is by being in touch with who you are, by being present, by being aware of your own thought processes and your own emotions and looking that shit in the face. That's why this stuff is so important, you guys. Like, I don't talk about this stuff because I'm a hippie and I'm like this woo-woo weird chick who's like, pay attention to your mindset and do your grounding and meditation. Like, there's a real reason for this. It's not, I don't talk about it just because I like to hear myself talk. Like, I talk about it because I know that it works and it makes you more capable and able to handle anything that life throws at you than you would be in an alternate situation or an alternate state of mind. Like being able to control what's going on here and being in control of your thought process and your mindset is what allows you to handle every situation that life throws at you without it throwing you completely off course, without it ruining your day and your month and your week and your whatever. I used to be that girl back in the day. And I've seen so many people that literally one thing happens to their family member, their child, their business, their client, something, and it throws their entire life off for days, for weeks, for months. And I'm just like, holy shit, you guys, like, how can you let that happen? And so this is how, though, because I know when you don't have control over your mindset, you don't see that there's an alternative. You don't see that there's another way to deal with a situation than to let it completely stress you out and run you into the ground and freeze you dead in your tracks, right? So that is why I talk about this stuff. And I just really wanted to jump on here really quickly and mention that to you guys. Like, life happens, things happen that we have no control over. And that's okay. That's part of the journey. That's part of the lessons. That's part of what we're all put here for. We don't always know the reason why, and that's fine. That's the other thing too. A lot of people will obsess over, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Just keep paying attention. If you're present and you're paying attention to the things around you, like, you'll see why it's happening. It will be uncovered to you. You will be able to see why this particular thing happened and what lesson you can learn from it, and you can move forward and that's the way you should do it. Don't be cynical and be like, why would this happen to me? Like, that's not the mindset to have. That's a mindset that keeps you stuck. That's scarcity. That attracts more negativity into your life. Instead, you handle the situation that's at hand for what it is. You control what you can control, and you take away the lesson you can take away from it, and you move forward, because that's positive. That's high vibration. That's what's going to bring more of that stuff into your space. So I just really wanted to pop on here really quick and say that. It's on my mind, and it's just a big reminder for everybody. And that's why when I sit here and I talk to you guys about mindset and journaling and meditation and taking control of your life and being intentional and being present, like, I don't just say that stuff because it sounds fun and I like to hear myself talk. Like, I say that because I truly want you to incorporate it in your life, because I know from personal experience how much it can change your entire world. So, for those of you who are watching, I love you. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Thank you for you guys who are sending me messages, praying for my mama. I appreciate that too. She is going to be just fine. I have zero doubt. Zero doubt at all. But again, it is definitely just one of those things. You take a big, fat, deep breath and you just deal with it. And hey, Taylor. And you just move on, and not move on, but you have to handle life as it comes at you and just be present and do what you can do, and I just love the hell out of her. So that's what I just did. As I went over, I just left the hospital. So that's where I'm coming from. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on and give you guys that little bit of a reminder on ways to deal with those types of things so that it doesn't completely throw you off course. Because again, if I let these things throw me off course, then I wouldn't be capable of helping, right? You guys, helping family, friends, whomever. And so that's what everybody needs to remember in these types of moments. But anyways, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to go in and finish off my day. It's a little late for me to be finishing the work day, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. If y'all have any questions about this kind of stuff, please send me a message. I'd be more than happy to help you. If you liked the message and it helped you, as always, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think would benefit from it. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to y'all later.